let's talk technology for a bit. So you all heard the story about that TechCrunch article. I wanted to share my angle a bit. So this was back in 2012. Back then, my laptop used to beep on every new registration. You know, it's the middle of the night, and suddenly there is insistent beeping coming from my laptop, waking me up. So immediately I went to the Cloudinary offices, which means I crossed the hall to the next room, and you know, trying to figure out what's going on. Is it an attack? Is something bad happening? What's I'm texting Itai and Nadav, trying to figure out what's going on, and eventually figure out it's a TechCrunch story. It's real registrations. Everything is great. The system is, even back then, auto-scaling, loading up more machines to handle the extra load. Of course, these were then just a few small machines. Now we have hundreds of large machines, but that was a great experience. So from the start, it was clear that technology is going to be key in handling media. So we need smart algorithms to understand what's important in the image. We need to make sure that when you resize it and manipulate the image, it looks great, and the quality, the compression, for delivery makes sure that you're getting the best-looking image in the smallest number of bytes. And we've since then, created many different manipulations, different flows for upload, for delivery, while keeping in mind that we know that for you, our customers, the media is a key part of your business. So this is a responsibility we take very seriously. This means that the system is built to be fault tolerant. It's built to be highly available. Every service is run on multiple machines in multiple data centers. Every data uploaded to the system is replicated to a separate region in the same geography to make sure that whatever happens, we'll still have it. And the critical services can even handle a case where an entire region goes down. Of course, the delivery itself is done via CDNs, content delivery networks, to make sure that the content is cached globally and delivered to anywhere in the world in great performance. Let's look at your expectations from us. They've been growing. Year over year, the uploads have increased significantly. You're trusting us with your media, with your experiences to tell your stories. And of course, our system grew with it. We now sometimes reach clusters of thousands of cores processing all that media. If we look at video edits, you've seen similar graphs before. It's wonderfully increasing over the years. This is not just optimization. Nadav, you've seen Nadav doing magic with the videos on the fly, and you're using your creativity to do wonderful things on the platform using these scalable capabilities. And of course, this is reality. You need things to happen quickly, and the requirements change. Sometimes there are spikes. We're talking about days where we have 7 million seconds of video edits happening in a single day. And Cloudinary is handling all of it, from the resizing to the quality to the optimization, delivery, HLS, MPEG-, those who need it, and even more advanced features such as subtitle generation, subtitle placement, and so on. Now, in addition to being robust and being able to scale at need and all of these very important things, there are other considerations that we keep close to our heart when we think about features, when we develop them. One is that we need to be consistent. That means that no matter how you adapt your media for different devices, for different needs, we need it to look the same. So, for example, we have the feature of automatically selecting the correct format for different devices according to the particular media that you're watching. It has to look the same, whether you're watching it in Chrome or in Firefox or in Edge. We don't want the quality to shift. We don't want the colors to shift. So this idea of consistency is very important to us. One example is what we call format calibration. This is a recent work that we've done to further optimize our calibration across formats. Let's say you have a photo, a JPEG, and now you're using a photo to, and in some cases it becomes a WebP. We want the quality to be the same, but JPEG and WebP are very different technically. The compression here and compression there, they're not the same. So it's not just a matter of asking instead of a JPEG, ask for a WebP. You need to make sure that the right parameters for the compression are sent. And this sort of calibration we've done from the start, but recently we've done an extensive study to make sure that for every type of image, for every resolution, and for every quality you select, you'll get exactly the same image visual quality across the different formats. And by doing that, we actually even improved the byte size, because the median byte size for the same quality has been reduced by 16%. But that's not only WebP. There are other formats, and we've recently we've done major improvements to our JPEG 2000 encoding. We've actually went to the source, to the founders of the JPEG 2000 spec, and licensed their technology to improve the JPEG 2000 compression. Together with the calibration, we're actually getting 47% smaller JPEG 2000 files for exactly the same quality. Similarly, we have FUIF support. FUIF is a promising format. The containers from Nokia, and it's a standard that Apple has started using a couple of years ago, and now it's even more prolific, and we're seeing these FUIF files on the fly. Now there are complicated patent situations around this. We did our small what we can do to help, and we made sure to license the Nokia patents for the FUIF container, so that you can use it without worrying at least about that part. Now, in addition to being consistent, we want to be instant. You've seen this on-the-fly image manipulation. We want you to be able to experiment and try different things and see them happening as you do that. And we wanted this for images, and we also want this for video. And the whole journey that the image and video happen, from detecting the interesting part and choosing the compression and doing the compression and all of that, it's fast enough so that you can do it on the fly. There are other areas of improvement that we've done behind the scenes, improving the fault tolerance for increasing range of possible scenarios, new data centers in Europe and in APAC, and greater visibility for our team to see problems before they happen, to make sure that they never reach to a point where you can see them. Now, but it's very important for us to be transparent. So if there is a problem, we have a status page where you can see what's going on if there is any issues. We also now support the server timing APIs, so that you can see for yourself the performance that you're getting from Cloudinary. And if you have a RUM solution, you can also integrate it into a RUM solution to see how things are working. We also think security is very important. We've had a bug bounty program for a while now, and we're now planning in a few weeks to open it up to the public and have a public security bug bounty program. As Nadav mentioned, we need to have external people look at us and see that what we're doing is right, not only trusting ourselves. So we're now ISO 27001 certified. We're also GDPR compliant. We're working on our SOC 2 compliancy as well. Now, let's talk innovation. We decided to focus on 3 areas for this presentation. We'll talk about machine learning. You've heard about it quite a lot, and we want to give you a little taste of what happens under the hood. We'll talk about web standards and open source software, how we are contributing back, and some tidbits about the insights that we're garnering from the data. So when using machine learning, at least for the visual aspects, what we're trying to figure out is what's happening in the scene semantically. What are the objects? What are the relationships between them? What is important within the image? What would a human think is interesting within it? In case of a video, which frames would we find important? And how to create a new story from this. So here you're seeing our automatic preview feature. Basically, here we're trying to find for each frame the importance that a person would give this frame in terms of wanting to watch it. And from that information, we can garner what region from the video, what duration, and what time frame from the video we will present if you request only a few seconds of preview.